Well, hello. We've got a lot to do. I'm excited to bring you guys along. There's a project we've been wanting to do for some time now, and I think it's finally gonna happen. The stars are aligning, the weather's holding, the snow is still sitting on the ground, spring's not here yet, so we gotta get to work. So, let's go inside, and I'll show you what's gonna happen. That's right. Bet you could have guessed something white. It's not a big bud, but yes, this is Big Brute. This is our sprayer we built a couple years back. It's been a great machine. I put a lot of hours in it. It runs awesome. But we decided it's time to make some technological updates as well as some wingspan increasement. Yes, that's what I said. So let's get this girl fired up. It's been a number of months. We have some problems, some flat problems, but I've got solutions for that. I'll show you guys soon. So join with me in the process of bringing Big Brute back on the map. This time, it's gonna be extremely effective at killing weeds and extremely cost effective. I'll show you how. Probably don't need that. It's been sitting a while. I know, battery disconnected is unhooked, but it's cold and I'd rather just have it crank fast the first time. Well, now that we got that out of the way, let's get some air built up so we get those tires built up. Because yes, there's onboard air on that sprayer, and that's nice. All right, now we're gonna get some stuff out of the way because it's jammed in here by some things. Remember when I said we had solutions for that tire being flat? New set of Goodyear Optitorques from Titan Tire, as well as some new rims. Because when we built that thing at the time, we had a hard time finding tires that were priced reasonably for front, so we converted to metric size and built our own rims, and the rims leak. My welds, you can blame me. But, new rims, going back to 26 inches, and then we'll put these Optitorques on, and then the back, we got these old flotation tires on here. There's still tread on them, but they're starting to get a little wore. So, to do the thing from the ground up, fresh, new rubber all around. So that's coming up soon. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We'll get them on. So the sprayer uses 750/50 26s on the front, and on the back we've got big old 150/50 32. That's some rubber. Let's see if we get the old fire kit out here. We got snow on the ground. This thing needs to run. It's got old fuel in it. Be a good time to rip some snow. Let's see if it does a 3-pull start. Usually it does. We'll find out. Give the old cat some slack. It's like 8-year-old fuel in there or something ridiculous. Okay, maybe not that. 5-year-old fuel. They could use some. Oh no, it's dying. No. Keep going. There we go. Come on, girl. There we go. All right, we'll work on that later. It needs to be wrought around a little bit, get that two-stroke cleaned out. Two-strokes are pretty amazing engines, they really are. I can't stand how they're just waiting to fly apart in any given direction because they're going like mock chicken and RPMs. But there's not much to them. And, you know, a little carb clean here and there. That one's fuel injected, so that doesn't need as much, but it's amazing how well they can run after sitting for so long. And I'll probably do. Let's see, check the other side. I think so. Okay, got a project we're doing. Nick probably told you, but on this little clip here, I'll have to have them kind of tin it a little bit because white on white disappears, doesn't it? We got our seeding or our planting equipment out. Maybe not yet. All right, now we're start the process of pulling the booms off. We're keeping the center section, that's staying. But the old booms, it's been fun, but they're going. Those things have taken a beating, and it's amazing how well they've held up. I've had to do a lot of welding on them, but they've held up. So we'll start disassembling all the plumbing. Got some hydraulics to take apart. We'll leave this cylinder on, I believe. Take the pin out, do one at a time, get them out of the way, and then run the root in the shop, kick the butt out. It's hanging out in there right now. And then we'll get the new booms. Oh yeah. Freed everything up, so Dad's in the skid steer. He's gonna get the forks under the main boom on the primary, and he'll kind of press against the secondary here. And then I got a floor jack and my homemade rebar chisel bit, and I'm gonna start punching out all these pins, that one and that one, and we'll see if we can get this thing off the sprayer. Let's do it. Oh, one casualty. That was pretty painless, minus the one casualty. Let's see if we can do it again. Now that the brute's in, Bud's got to go out. We need this side of the shop. Been here too long. Squatting on the place. Doesn't own it. Let's get him out of here. Smoking time. All right, we've got a nice open shop. But, well, would you look at that? That there is a beautiful 120-foot Millennium boom. This one's set up specifically from the factory to run a weed it system. And that's what we're putting on Big Brute. The weed it system is going to transform the chem follow that we do here on the farm. Because as you guys have seen the last 2 years, the way our drought was, we were harvesting teen to single digit wheat next to our neighbor who had 30 bushel wheat. Well, he chem followed. And on dry years, which we get, chem follow pays. On wet years, not as much, but chem follow is going to stick around in our operation. So we might as well maximize it. That makes sense. So with these Millennium booms, 120 foot, we'll get a little more coverage, the weed it system. And with the weed it, there's up to 90 plus savings in chemical. So you guys will get to see and experience that as we go along this. But first up is we have got to start equipping these booms with the weed it system. So that's why we have them here in the shop. So they're warming up, turn the furnace back on, get the weed it system installed. We're still waiting on some sensors. And then when we get them all together, we got work to do the Brute. Got to change out some brackets, some plumbing, some monitors coming soon. And when it's all said and done, if it works out, we'll have this thing going right after spring planting. And we'll be able to get to work. And you guys will get to see the weed it system in action. It's pretty amazing. We'll talk more about it soon, but it's good. So, Specialty Enterprise, which makes the Millennium boom, recently was acquired by C&H Industrial, which owns New Holland, Case IH, Case Construction. And so to adapt these booms to the sprayer, which was originally a New Holland S1070, which is what we use to make Big Brute out of, they had to make some adapters. And these are the original boom mounts that attach to the center section. And here, this is the new custom-made one. So a neighbor about hour drive from here. Neighbor, yeah, I know. He's doing the same thing, and he's got the same style New Holland sprayer, and he's putting a set of Millennium booms on his as well. So they made a set for him and a set for us. So that really made things a little simpler on adapting those nice aluminum booms to this iron center section. So I got to change all that out, pull all the pins. I got new pins for all that. Then these booms originally were set up for a Patriot sprayer. So our cylinders, our wing lift cylinders, are not long enough. So they have these. So I just got on bolts, these 3 bolts here, the 3 bolts in that boom there, put that adapter on, put that adapter on. We've got this piece right here, it's got it bolted to the face here. When all that's bolted, then technically those booms are ready to mate up to the center section, but we're not gonna put them on quite yet because we've got a lot more to do. I'll show you, come here. I assembled all those the other day, took about 3 hours, my hands were raw, but got them together. Those are all the solenoids for the weed it system. And then all this is our plumbing and wiring harnesses. As I said earlier, we don't have the sensors yet. Those are coming, the main sensors that actually see the plant. I'll tell you more about that soon. But we've got today, take all the brackets, change it out, and then lay all the plumbing out, because it's probably gonna be a 5-section sprayer. We're originally at 4, we're gonna convert to 5, so we gotta figure out where are the hoses gonna connect, try to get it all lined up, and then lay the piping, that stainless steel piping, inside of the Millennium booms, just sort of mock it up. And when we think we get it where we want it, then we can start adding these brackets, which are right in here, these, and start bolting them down to there, or there, somehow that's how this goes. And then that holds the plumbing in. So, sound good? Let's get to work. It's rocking there. All right. Get out of there, dirt. Get out of there. There we go. Oh boy. Okay. That bolt is bent, which means that pin is probably seized. Which means I think I need to get the iron out, or the fire out here, and melt that baby off there. Let's see if we can punch it out first, the chisel. Let's cut it. rust in there. The one grease circ wasn't taking grease, the bottom one you can see. Top one was. That bracket's on. This one's on. Fought me a little bit. Pins were rusty. So both of them had one grease circ that wasn't taking grease anymore. Got 8 pins there, all of those. Gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's gonna be fun. Take all that apart. Check all the grease circs and everything. Dad got these brackets on. So she's all looking pretty and tightened up and ready to go. So now we're just gonna, I guess, pin still. Keep working the pin game. And hopefully get all that buttoned up. I think we're going to order one more valve and get one of those on there and then start the process of assembling the booms. Fun. Now, sounds good. Brush off and pop it out. Right? I think she's together. Got both of the new brackets on with new pins. Put all new pins around this thing. Had 2 grease circs that were broken. A number of them weren't taking grease. So that's all cleaned up. So now, I think we're going to have to transition some of the focus to the fresh new Millennium booms. So, fun begins. Plumbing. Figure out for what sections, how much length we want to put out. If we do 5 sections, then there's gonna be a center section piece and 2 on each of the wings. So we gotta kind of figure out where exactly all the plumbing's gonna go. So let's get to that, lay some stuff out, we'll see what happens. Still waiting on some parts for the Brute. When I say the Brute, I mean the weeded system. They're coming, they're supposed to be here this week. But I decided I'd tackle the whole starting problem with this thing. You know, I actually think I might have replaced a good battery last year, thinking it was a battery, because it likes to go click, 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 click when you try to start it. And I thought all this whole time, I just put a smudge on my face, that I was low on voltage. And I checked the battery and I thought it was, so new battery. But it was doing it again this year. And it won't start unless I put jumpers on it and get it above that 14 volts or so. It was the starter. She just doesn't like low voltage anymore. The windings must be getting weak. So this is the new version, but it threw me off because, well, you can tell there's quite a difference here in design. I know automotive, a lot of automotives use this type of starter. I just hadn't seen it. I guess haven't changed a lot of starters lately. You guys are probably like, Nick, those are obvious. That's what they all use. Well, I'm new to that, so it's new to me. But it's half the weight, and I'm told it works awesome. So I'll throw this back on there and make sure the Brute runs. I'd like to complain and say they don't give you a lot of room to work in here, because they really don't. But compared to being underneath of a truck out on the road with the wind blowing and minus 10 degrees Fahrenheit, I have no room to complain. So I didn't complain. If you guys were listening, I wasn't complaining. Alrighty then. Someone else want to put this in? I'm open to offers. Come on, you get her on the hydraulic hose. There we go. Got it. Super easy. Definitely not taking you guys up on any offers. Okay, one's going in. All right, we're making progress. There we go, she's in. I had to tap it for whatever reason. Bolts didn't like going in, but she's good. Dad's cleaning out the battery in the front. And then we get that together, and then hopefully this thing will start nice and easy. I'll show you guys something too about the front axle on this big Brute. We kind of figured it had a bend to it. You kind of could see it from its previous owner's life of being well used. Well, look at the wear on these tires. See how it's bowled out right there? And then right here you've got nice thick bars and real thin. That's because this wheel is slightly like that. And this wheel is very similar. And it's like this a little bit. So clearly, this axle's seen some abuse. But to try to straighten that thing would be I don't think we got the equipment that could even do it. So it'd probably be you just have to buy a new axle. We'll just keep putting tires on it. Quiet. Barely hear it. Wow. Heard another start. That's quiet. That's amazing.